alaikum. Start with the name of Allah, who is the most merciful and the beneficent. Today is 16th of August 2020. Class 9th, we will start our English lesson. Warm welcome in English lesson. How are you feeling today, students? Are you feeling happy? Are you okay at your homes? I hope so that you are feeling safe, healthy and sound at your homes. Are you excited about today's lesson? Yes, obviously you should be. Students, today we are going to start our unit number 5, which is a poem Daffodils, written by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is a renowned famous poet. He was born in 1770 and he was died in 1850. Do you know about William Wordsworth? Do you? Can anyone tell me? Okay, let's start. I will tell you about the poet. First of all, he was a keen lover of nature. He has a lot of love for the nature. He is ardent lover of nature. Although some people call him the worshipper of nature. You know who is a worshipper? Who totally believes on one thing. So he was a worshipper of nature. That's why he has written this poem Daffodils on the nature. Have you ever seen the daffodils? You can see in the image that daffodils are of white and yellow color. They are very common flowers. They are not of so much value even. So students, coming toward the objectives, what will be the objectives of today's lesson? We will the introduction of poem, summary of poem and paraphrasing, poetic devices, figures of speech, language, rhyming words and theme of the poem we will discuss today. How poet has written this poem. Open your book, page number 51, Daffodils. Okay, I will start the poem, but before starting the poem I am going to discuss some difficult words with you. For example, there are some words: fluttering means waving, lehrana jocund, happy khush hona, pensive sad thoughtful mood, solitude means loneliness tanhai. Okay, start with me. Listen the poem carefully when I am reading it. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. Here I is denoting towards the poet, that William Wordsworth is becoming a cloud and he is wandering. I will explain it. First we will read it in a rhythmical way. Listen it. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. As we read this poem, students, you can see the rhyme scheme of the poem. A, means the rhyming words are matching in this form: A, B, A, B, C, C. Cloud, crowd, hills, daffodils, trees, breeze. So poet has used the different figures of speech to make his poem more beautiful. Here he has used the simile. I wander lonely as a cloud. He is becoming a cloud himself. He has used the metaphor and personification in the poem as well. We will discuss while we will read the next. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line. Along the margin of a bay, 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Okay, have you ever seen the dance of the flowers? Does really flowers dance? But poet has made it more beautiful by giving the value of dancing to the flowers. Okay students, can you see here they have asked us one open-ended question: how do you compare the daffodils with the stars? Can anyone give me the answer? Yes, you please. Okay, I will explain it to you. The resemblance and akin to innumerable shining stars that one could see in the night sky in the form of Milky Way. As the poet made an instant glance, he could see myriad of daffodils waving their heads as they were rejoicing and dancing out of elasticity, and they look like the shining stars. Come toward the third paragraph. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. Here, student, you can see the emphasize. Only once he can use the word gaze. What is the purpose of using it twice? I gazed and gazed because the flowers are looking so beautifully, so beautiful. So it is unwantedly he is gazing them constantly. He is Poet seems to be have frenzied with the sight of flowers, an ecstasy of delight. He realized that a poet who is susceptible to natural grace could not help but feel happy in the presence of such gay and beautiful flowers. So he gazed at them like the enormous treasure. He was accumulating this treasure and beauty in his mind. He is calling this beauty a wealth. So always wealth is valuable. On the same way, this value of the daffodils becoming a wealth in the memory of the poet. Okay, read the last stanza. For oft when on my couch I lie in vacant or pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Here is the basic theme of the poem, students. You can see he has seen the flash of the daffodils always rotate in his inward eye. It is the bliss of solitude. When you are lonely, a thing which gives you the pleasure is a bliss, although it is a blessing for you. When you are sad, when you are in pensive mood, there is something in your memory that can give you that can rejoice you, that can give you pleasure. So in the last paragraph, poet has given us the view that he was impregnated with the poet's mind for an everlasting beauty. In future, when the poet is in lonely mood and he is lying on his couch, either in a lonely or thoughtful mood, the entire panorama that he saw in the woods beyond the park or in the lake, in solitude his mind becomes more fresh by those memories, by remembering the beautiful sight and dance of the daffodils. He revives his memories with the beauty of daffodils. He feels pleasure which he had enjoyed actually. That is the ecstasy which he has seen there at that lake. So students, whenever we are talking about the Wordsworth poetry, his imagination has been the source of his pivot point. Nature is seen as a guide, angel, a source of wisdom in every poetic work of Wordsworth. As you can see, these are the simple flowers. They are not of such cost. They are not so valuable. Some flowers are so costly, but they are the rare and the common flowers, but still he has denoting mysticism, spontaneousness, simplicity, freedom to these daffodils. Or whenever he is lonely like a cloud, he has find the refineness of these flowers that are giving him the much energy. Here students, when we are going to discuss the theme of the poem, we can say that probably these are the best moments of poet's life that replay in his memory. Images to which photographs or videos cannot do justice because they cannot capture our feelings. The William Wordsworth has captured both the images and feelings concerned with the special moment in his life. The moment when he was sitting alone, he was wandering like a cloud, and he was sitting in the empty sky, and the daffodils were shining like the stars. He has given the each value to these daffodils. You can see his love toward the nature. Then you can talk about the theme that the poem is a tribute to a nature and its manifestations in its full glory, in its full bloom. It beautifully presents before us not only the attractive and exciting beauty of nature, but also the purifying and enduring impact of the natural beauty on human beings. A famous poet, Keats, has said, A thing of beauty is a joy forever. It is a very famous quotation said by William Keats. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. It will never end. And he has also said about the beauty that heard melodies are sweet, but the unheard are more sweeter. So the meaning of this poem, Daffodil, is also the same, that the poet has experienced the solitude, and he has taken the pleasure of that natural beauty, the flowers, daffodils. It becomes an everlasting memory for the poet, for the William Wordsworth. And when we are reading this poem, we feel so much pleasure. Now, after the objectives, I hope so all the objectives are clear. If there is any difficulty, students, you can ask to me. I hope so all objectives are clear to you. Now, coming toward the summing up of the lesson, I will ask some open-ended questions to you. Have you experienced something special in your solitude that make you thought like that, like William Wordsworth? What do you feel after reading this poem? Give me your views. And tell me, do you love nature, and have you ever experienced the phenomena of nature? You will answer me these questions tomorrow, inshallah. And I hope so you have a good time and you have a good understanding of the lesson. Take care. See you. Bye bye.